Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as we've got a brand new holiday in the midst of Avengement Day, which is the celebration of Seychelles Beach. We've got all the details coming from the dev team with regards to that one. On top of that, we've also got to approach the fact that we hit 150k subs just yesterday, and our community did something absolutely incredible for me. So I really want to highlight that one. Not only that, but we have to bring the tone down after that, as articles in the mainstream media are now starting to cover the dramas and craziness happening within the Helldivers 2 community, and some of you Helldivers IRL are making some bonkers decisions. Nonetheless, we have got loads to cover today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike with the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And if you use code CloudPlays at checkout, you'll get yourself a cheeky discount on some incredible gear that they've recently been dropping. And if you want to get involved with that giveaway, we've got super credits up for grabs. It's very, very simple. Head down into the comment section and put a fire emoji in the comment section. Why? Well, you all know why. Nonetheless, we'll announce that one in a few days' time, hopefully with a new patch update. But let's see what's happening with the game inside of Helldivers 2. Starting off, we've got a brand new tweet coming up from the Helldivers 2 Twitter page with Remember Beach. That's right, Seychelles Beach Celebration Day has now been claimed. The planet Seychelles Beach was liberated earlier this week following a long and concerted campaign by a small but inexplicably dedicated group of Helldivers. To annotate this long-awaited victory over the Illuminate, the citizens of the planet voted to establish the date of the planet's liberation as Avengement Day. On this new annual holiday, beach citizens will pause to remember the planet's lost to humanity's foes and relish the superlative satisfaction of long-awaited retribution. Now, obviously, this one is a big take, with the community split in 50-50 as to whether this was really deemed something that was necessary or not. Feeling like they are trying to reclaim the good old days of Malevelon Creek, it feels very, very different, but the beach was still quite a big, iconic liberation, that's for damn sure. Whether we'll receive anything coming from the game with regards to any sort of rewards, such as the Malevelon Creek Cape, I'd like to say if they're going to dedicate a day to it, we probably should see something coming in the near future. We haven't seen anything coming from the developers with regards to that one, but I am going to be reaching out to them today to find out if we are receiving anything in terms of a reward for Avengement Day. Moving in from that, though, the Galactic War map is spicing up, and we can see that the community at large are really playing with Joel. We had a very confusing movement happen with the Jet Brigade, where the Automaton Jet Brigade had resurfaced on Aurora Bay, and this was an interesting movement because it led into a big attack going in on Julheim. The movement for Aurora Bay was shut down very, very quickly, and then the Julheim attack happened at level 26, and players are trolling Joel as they are liberating Julheim before they go in to actually take Marfark. Yeah, it's an interesting one, man. We could be on Beckvam right now, taking the liberation to move over to Marfark, but instead, players are over on Julheim. A very interesting one indeed, as we've only got 2 days remaining on the clock to be able to take these two planets. Either that, or they're not trolling, they just have no idea what the hell is going on. It's a bit of a weird one, but the community at large is having so much fun with it, and the jokes that have been going around from this are incredible. If you guys want to jump on in, make sure that you do. We'll be diving in later today, so make sure you stay tuned to that one. But there is a lot happening other than that. Now, a quick PSA to my community. A massive, massive thank you indeed. We've just managed to hit 150,000 subscribers, at which point we went live to celebrate the movement and then play a bit of Arc Raiders later on in the day. And our moderation team happened to have done something absolutely bonkers. They sent me a message where they had coordinated with my partner, yes, with my partner, to actually get me a present and be able to smuggle it into my house. Not only that, but they also generated an incredible video saying a massive congratulations from all the moderators and many, many more people. So I just want to give a massive thank you to everybody involved. We'll be uploading the video for that one as a members-only content later on today, so make sure you stay tuned for it. It was absolutely humbling, and it was just so nice to see that all of your efforts genuinely are for something. So a massive shout out to my moderation team, and a massive shout out to my partner, as well as all of you guys that every single day hit that like button, the subscribe button, and just support me and the channel. Nonetheless, we have unfortunately got to take the tone down, though, because it has been a very interesting way of going as Helldivers 2 players meltdown accuse Arrowhead of becoming a real-life Ministry of Truth over YouTube drama and get a response from the CEO. We work with a partner for the propaganda commanders. Now, this for me obviously is interesting with being a propaganda commander. Obviously, I already knew that there was a third-party partner, and it's kind of wild to me that obviously it wasn't public knowledge, but I guess I never really just thought about it. But it has hit mainstream media as companies such as Games Radar and Fandom Wire also go over the creator program drama that have also been sort of like the initial spark to it, with Buzz essentially reading a Fandom Wire article that led into all of the chaos that we're seeing from the program. They obviously also go over all of the drama with regards to the game itself, the crashes, the problems with hardware, and so much more. And it's been a very, very weird time to be a Helldiver right now. I think that actually what we're experiencing is just another large low. Now, I've spoken to quite a few other large creators in the scene, of which aren't delving into Helldivers and are primarily focused around a lot of other things, some of which you probably would know the names of. And it's a very interesting take because a lot of people seem to think that Arrowhead can make their way round from this and will have the We're So Back movement yet again with the event-based style of game that we've got on our hands. But a lot of feedback that I did receive is that obviously this game is not a sort of Warframe or a Destiny style game, and it's not built to be played every single day. Yeah, we have a personal order, but it's not built to be one of those games where it just iterates through its timeline every single day and you motion through it. It's not that style of live service game. It works completely differently, and it has more of an event-based typical ideal to it, and it's actually a really interesting way of looking at it, with short breaks definitely needed from this game. So make sure that you've got your hands in some other games to be able to fill the pockets. And at least in their opinion, that's exactly why we seem to be hitting the doom state every so often with the We're So Back and It's So Over. It was never designed to be the case. Nonetheless, let's take a look at the top comments from the previous videos. We've got a lot to go over with that one. It's been a very interesting time in the scene right now, and we have seen that Pilastat has now made his official return. The CEO finally spoke up, and we've got patch updates hopefully coming in this next week. But let's take a look at your top comments to see exactly what it is that you guys had to say. This first comment right here is coming from Old Rich, which states, Pilastat right now is the meme of Troy, happily walking into his house with a pizza, only to find the whole house is on fire. Now, I cannot actually help but think that you may be right with that one. It's definitely been an interesting take on the game, and I think that Pilastat is probably kind of coming in with a fire hose now to try and hose everything down, or at least that's how I would imagine him doing it after meeting him. I can't imagine he'd be too happy about the way that things are. This next comment right here is coming from Sue7HD2. The states still think that Arrowhead did Erovin and Buzz Lightyear dirty, in my opinion. And I do think that that is definitely the case. But unfortunately, I feel like the gaming industry has been given so many passes over the last few years that it kind of feels like there isn't going to be a positive that can ever run from this. I think that we all know exactly where this is going, myself included. And I'd be really intrigued to see exactly how this one plays out by the end. And finally, this one right here coming from Gutier 2502 states, I mean, it only took most creators walking away and weeks of silence, but finally the CEO felt like typing one phrase, what a hero. Now, obviously that wasn't exactly the case. He was talking for pretty much the entire day, responding to so many comments, it's insane, but I do understand exactly how the mentality of that one genuinely looks. It's not a great look for the company, and although this is obviously a problem right now, every part of me kind of thinks that they'll be able to worm their way out of this the same way they have with a lot of other games. I think that's just the honest truth, and unfortunately it may not be the best thing, but it is definitely the truth. Nonetheless, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on. Appreciate your faces, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.